himself as well. So I think those are definitely two of the guys you want to look to for Luminosity going into this game, but we'll have to see what they break out here on Anubis.
Yeah, I think a large portion of it is going to be on the shoulders of Icefelt. Seeing here, Luminosity. Ube's running Genji. Okay.
Yep. So
okay.
Something to look out for. Throw us for a twist a bit here, but
see how well he does.
Yeah, let's see. I'm curious to see it. We may be seeing a lot of Genji v Genji in this series because Sippa's also a guy that really does like to play Genji when he can. From some of the VODs I was looking at, and he could play a pretty mean Genji. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember watching one of the earlier brackets when we were getting ready one day, and Sippa was just going off.
Yeah, you got to watch out for him. And it looks as though he wants to be using that here, at least on the defensive side to start, which is interesting. Not always something that you see as a defensive pick, but nonetheless, he's going to use it. And I have full confidence in the man. We'll see what Ube is going to stick with this one. It looks like we have a pretty dive-heavy composition here on the side of Luminosity, if that is indeed what they're going to stick with. You have Spree, who just switched over to Pharah. They're changing things up a little bit on the fly here. And wow, they really do. Triple DPS for Luminosity here, coming out on this offense on Temple of Anubis. They also have Hedon on the Zenyatta as well to get that Discord on the target that they're diving on. So here we go, starting it off. Icefelt is going to get right onto Pibamitsu as he's able to take him down. One pick in favor of Luminosity. Here we go. Look at this dive comp from them. They take down Lina as well. Sippa is able to get Hedon. So they do strike back, but still, Luminosity is just all over this point. Kayun should be going down very, very shortly here. He's hanging on by the skin of his teeth. That bubble will get shredded. And what a composition from Luminosity, the triple DPS, and getting Super Plock on D.Va as well, just flying through there.
You want to talk about conceptual picks to take the first point. You can build around a Genji, you can build around a Pharah, you can sometimes build around a Tracer depending on who it is. Well, let's just throw them all in there with a Winston and D.Va. We'll just oh, sorry, no Winston, just D.Va. And Zen, and we'll just power through it, man. We'll just go as hard as possible. That is an ultra dive if I ever saw one.
Oh, here we go. They're sticking with it as they try and come back. No, Pibamitsu is all over Hedon right there, and Spree is able to take down the Ana on the side of Citizen7. So here we go. The Dragon Blade is used by Ube, takes down Prodigies to start it off. Spree gets Dogman. Things looking pretty solid for Luminosity here, but the thing is, they need to get all of their players back. Every time Citizen7 gets a kill, that's all the less that Luminosity is really going to be able to hang on and cap this point here, because they have such a long walk back, and Citizen7 is right here. They do use a sound barrier just for good measure. Well, on the side of Luminosity, they use it, and honestly, I think they may have been a bit better off just trying to save that one. You still have Ube in. What's going on?
How does that hit? He's like in between a bunch of boxes, just sneaks it right through, catches him with a sleep dart. And that's going to be Citizen7. That was reforming just in time to hold that. I'm surprised Luminosity didn't get a tick out of it, but I guess the point was under contest the entire time. Meanwhile, Citizen7 sitting on 4, almost 5, almost 6 ultimates. They're just locked and loaded, ready to go. Meanwhile, Luminosity with only a barrage and not too far away from a Dragon Blade. The two of those together, they're not necessarily a natural symphony of things, but they're two pretty oppressive ultimates that you just drop in an area. That could be a problem.
Oh, getting completely shut down with Spree. See you later. The Rocket Barrage completely eaten up by Pibamitsu, and that is going to be a couple ultimates used for them, and they are going to hang on. Citizen7 is, to be exact. They will hang on, and now it's time to regroup for Luminosity. So far, all they have is they're going to have a Pulse Bomb as well as a Dragon Blade, but that's about it. Hedon soon coming up on the Nano Boost, and really at this level of play, you need to have Nano Boost to go along with these Dragon Blades like 95% of the time to be effective, because just kind of a raw Dragon Blade isn't going to do that much at this level. But here we go, the Self-Destructor was a Graviton. Look at that combo from Citizen7, shutting them down. Lina was able to get a couple of kills in the middle of that. Super Block strikes back, he gets a couple, but I mean, it really doesn't matter in the end as Citizen7 hangs on.
Roughly 3 ultimates out of the bank here for Citizen7. Luminosity still building their own. Spree has changed off of Far, actually before the last fight, and came over to to Zarya. Probably looking to put the bubble on Ube when they get the Nano Blade coming out. That makes a lot of sense as this goes forward. I guess he was just trying to rush out the barrage, which is kind of those strange placement of it going in borderline solo, but I mean at the same time, just layering it onto a regular fight can be so dramatically impactful.
Go Nano Blade. Oh, he gets Earth Shattered too. I think they got the bubble off, but he gets Earth Shattered in the middle of it. Doesn't matter. Sippa's able to get 4 in total on that Nano Blade. Oh my goodness. Completely shut down. You had Ube, he goes in. He gets Earth Shattered in the middle of his shutdown, and then you have Sippa come through and just shred Luminosity, and they are able to hang on. Citizen7 yet again, really mounting a solid defense here thus far. And now they have Ube, who has switched to Roadhog. Icefelt is going to be on Tracer. At least they expelled their ultimates first. They are going to be coming in here. Sippa.
Ube's on Roadhog now off of Genji.
Yep. They switch things out. Oh, here comes an Earth Shatter. I think he got a few good ones inside of that. Prodigies and Dogman both going down. That's 3 the way of Luminosity. This is an excellent start for them. Icefelt was able to get 2 of those kills, and Spree comes through to get Kayun. They're all over this point. And we'll see. I mean, Sippa, oh, he went for the Dragon Blade. Good thing for him, honestly, that, well, he didn't get that off. He couldn't have done anything anyway. But look at that. Luminosity able to get it in the end. I thought they had a little bit more time if they wanted to come back out with that Dragon Blade, but he went for it, but he was already so hurt.
Got stuffed. Too much momentum there on the side of Luminosity to shut it down. Switching to the tanks really throwing off a lot of that. Previously, Sippa was just making this second point look like Kill Bill Episode 4. But once you break out a lot of those tanks, it really stifles the effect that he can have on that backline.
And Sippa, a guy can seriously shred through some tanks, man, or just shred through players in general. Really making a couple of big plays there. So solid defense all around from Citizen7, though. I mean, other than the first point, I think they were honestly, for the most part, just caught off guard by what Luminosity was bringing to the table on the first point.
That first point was something else.
Yeah, that was wild, man, and they took it with, with storm, with power, and when it comes to the second point, though, Luminosity had a bit more trouble. Citizen7 finally mounted themselves a defense, but we'll see what both teams decide to bring to the table as we switch sides. Definitely imagine Sippa's going to be staying on that Genji.
Luminosity is certainly not welcoming Citizen7 with open arms here, giving them a ringer in the first. Or I guess you could say competitively that is the welcome, bringing the best game you can. I don't know, we can go back and forth on that nonsense all day. Citizen7 here on offense. They're going to have to ideally beat the time left by Luminosity of 3 minutes, but it's not the most important thing that they get 4 minutes or 5 minutes left there. It does matter, but there's a lot of room on Anubis to make up that time, especially on the second point. So it's not the end-all be-all. You can see 5 minutes on that clock, and it may not guarantee a victory. It certainly helps to state the obvious. Incredibly obvious.
Well, I mean, though the thing is, though, I mean, you make a point, though, that can be carried on a bit. I mean, on the last point, like, you can mount a defense that lasts forever on that last point. Because, I mean, to really be able to cap last, you have to wipe them like twice, essentially, to be able to cap it. So here we go. They try and speed boost up onto the right-hand side, Citizen7. And thus far, no one's gone down quite yet in the fight. They're both just kind of reposturing here a little bit, seeing how they want to take this one on. They're scattered all over the place. Good reflect to stop Ube, and they put him to sleep right there. He's either easy pickings, or yes, they get the biotic on him. He should be able to be hunted down. Mineral and Ube both taken out of this as Kayun cleaning up on those 2 frags. Hedan comes back and takes down Sippa, but still Kayun going off here. That's 3 for him so far on this point, just shutting down Luminosity. They are getting respawns, but they're so far away. Superblock is actually able to come back with a few, and Luminosity should be able to actually hang on here as Spree gets 3. Hanging on to that point, Spree gets 3. And Sippa now just trying to get himself out. He does have a Dragon Blade at the ready, and they do have that nano boost there, David.
That really looks sketchy for Luminosity there for a second. Ube getting comboed for a long time. A sleep dart to a biotic, or sorry, sleep dart to a fire strike to a biotic, and then getting chase took him out of the fight. But Luminosity
able to recover. There's going to be a nano blade out there. The Well, there was a Graviton used as well so far, while Sippa finally gets one to get things started, but there we go. He's able to get 3 in total. Citizen7 striking Luminosity on the first point here. Finally taking care of him this time, as there's really no one left. It was just Super Plock in there, but he had no support, no health, nothing you can do about that one. So Citizen7 are going to get the first point here, add a little bit more time onto the clock, and they have 3 ultimates to work with going into the next point. Actually, just about 4 in total. Here's Dogman's about to get that sound barrier.
With 6 minutes on the clock, they'll have 3 minutes to match Luminosity's time, but as mentioned before, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that they cap at all, otherwise they will be sent packing here on map 1. Citizen7 starting coming from the backline, and that Graviton's going to get absorbed.
Kayun jumping over top. I saw it coming the whole time. I was like, please don't shoot it. Please don't shoot it. And he did. He doing Kayun. But it doesn't matter. Citizen7's actually able to get a couple so far. Prodigies and company, they pick up a few, but still, Sippa, thank God he's here for Citizen7 because the man is going to town. Kayun nonetheless, though, he's pretty good. He's helped a lot in that fight, and here we go. Sippa's going to go for the Dragon Blade as well, and he gets the Nano Boost. There's not really a lot of people around, but the Blizzard's going to be used, and there might be a lot of bodies caught inside of that one. Lina gets finished off, and here comes Luminosity as they enter in through their spawn doors. Just being able to pick up a couple of their own. Spree is still going off here as he gets 2 thus far. Sippa finally ends his reign of terror, but there's no one left around for Citizen7 to be able to finish this one off, and during that entire engagement, they weren't even able to pick up 1 tick, and I mean, it looked pretty good there for a while for them, but look at the stagger that they have going as well.
I maybe saw that wrong, but if I remember correctly, the deflect, the reflect from Genji does have a pretty forward hitbox. You know, you can do it from behind people and you'll still defend them. So it looked like in that instance, it's actually reaching a little bit in front of Hedon, pulling it from the front, wrapping it around the side, and hitting him in the side with his own heal darts. But man, that's just a rough situation. But yeah, Icefeld definitely saw that Graviton coming a mile away.
Oh man, I don't know what happened with that, but hey, here we go.
That's a better one.
Graviton's gonna land for somebody, and Sippa doesn't matter. Look, too. Oh, the self-destruct. What is up? Icefeld getting 3, and a couple more cleaned up on the side of Luminosity, able to clean up a couple more of the Citizen7 players. Beautiful combination for Luminosity as they are now down to 4 minutes left. Citizen7.
That's our first like true Big Bang combo in 2017, isn't it?
Hey, yeah, I think it is. Look at that. Or at least on a broadcast.
And I love New Year's. We can call so many things like first the best of 2017.
Yeah. That's. Hopefully we see some more today. I want to be able to call out some more firsts for the year. I'm sure it'll happen, but there was an ice wall that got put behind Prodigies. And he did get to stay alive. I thought they may have aggressed onto him. Wow, he used, look at that, the counter Earth Shatter just as he was about to charge into May. There's going to be a Blizzard used as well. Luminosity is already 2 players up in this fight as they get Kayun and Sippa. The rest of Citizen7 has already gotten all the way out of dodge, and they're going to stagger Pibamitsu again as they did before. They'll finish him off right in, maybe not. No, he got back into his mech.
And we're just in time down right now as Citizen7 giving up their dreams of matching Luminosity's time.
Oh my goodness, man. The aggression from Luminosity. Look how far they're pushing up right now. Just no regard. I mean, they're just coming all the way in. Look at this. What is happening? Citizen7, they just got to regroup now and prepare for another push. 2 minutes and 45 seconds for them. They're already less in the time bank than what Luminosity has. And they're still staying far up. Look at this. They want to take this aggression all the way in. The wall, this is brilliant from Luminosity. And Citizen7 isn't doing anything about it. Spree takes down Prodigies. They're just wasting more and more time. Luminosity, they're just eating them alive here. There's going to be a self-destruct to maybe push them back a little bit or something. And here we go. Another Graviton out from Spree. They are just eating Citizen7 alive right now. Sippa, I think, gets the first kill from Citizen7 that I've seen in a little while here, getting Ube, but man, Luminosity just, that's some kind of aggression I really have not seen much on this map.
Luminosity pushing so far forward there. It's like they were killing Citizen7 when they were back in grade school.
Like, I mean,
I guess they are kind of still in school, aren't they?
Some of them, I think, but hey, dude, that was...
Oh man, I'm getting old. Getting old again.
You're getting old, yeah. It's hell getting old, as they say. Well, here we go. There's going to be a blizzard out here. They trade 1-for-1 off the start. Prodigies gets 1, and Icefeld striking back. 3 in total for Luminosity at this point. And Citizen7 is struggling for sure at this point in the game as Pipamitsu gets finished off.
Citizen7 certainly looking like disarray here. A number of those ultimates just should not have been fired. I mean, you can see it, the situation just wasn't there. But they do have 3 in the bank right now. Luminosity has 3 of their own. Citizen7 gonna have to put together something, a whole new change of pace if they really want to jam this in.
They got to figure it out quick because, well, here we go. Maybe a Nano Blade can do it. Sippa, we've seen him go big before. There was an Earth Shatter. Not sure if he got caught in the middle of that. There was self-destruct. Ube went down. Icefeld struck back. He was able to get Sippa. So Prodigy's getting some here as I believe he got a nice Earth Shatter off. Maybe at one point that hurt one of the Reinhardt scream and hammer down. But here we go. Spree
Icefeld buying
Mineral,
too much time.
Both. Yeah, he's... Look at that, he's still on the point at the moment. Those respawns are going to be coming through in just a minute. They already have May back onto it. There's nothing Luminosity can, or nothing Citizen7 can do at this point. Here we go, and Earth Shatter out from Superplock onto the players on the point. Dogman and Kayun both down. It's just, I mean, they just stall all day. Luminosity, Citizen7's on the point, but they just continue to stall. Get the respawns back out there. Citizen7 just doesn't have enough in the tank to be able to fully wipe them and get time down. There's only now 10 seconds left for Citizen7 to get something going. So they got to make it happen right here, right now if they want to have a chance on this map. There's going to be a blizzard used. Prodigy's getting 1. It doesn't matter. Luminosity, 3 for them already, and that should shut down Citizen7 at least on this first map. It's
no, Sippa can't go 1v4.
Come on, I believe. But look at that, man. Luminosity, that last point defense, very, very solid. Citizen7 just, man, they just couldn't get it going.
That's going to go up 1-0 for Luminosity here in our second match of the day. I got to tell you, man, when, I'm sure many of us are familiar. When you come out and you're going into the second point of Anubis on offense, you've got that fight going on for a while, and you see May trot around the corner and touch the point. You just want to die. It's like, this is going to take forever. Like, it's going to ice block and then wall and then Zarya's going to come around the corner and bubble her right before I kill her, and it's just never going to end, especially with D.Va coming out and absorbing half your projectiles. It's the hold on second point. You've got to get something like a bang combo, a bomb combo, or a really good nano blade, or a combination of everything to just wipe it completely in order to cap that.
Absolutely. And you talked about in the middle of the map that Luminosity did the honors to Citizen7 of giving them their all and playing their best game. Started off with that triple DPS. Take me through that. That was not something we had seen here. That's not something we see a lot right now in competitive Overwatch.
Especially in this meta right now where everybody's, you know, triple tank and quad tank and all this kind of stuff. To see a triple DPS like that, it's, you know, who knows, maybe that's new meta, maybe, I don't know, but that was a lot of fun to see, man. It's something a little different, and honestly, Citizen7, I think it worked large in part because they just had no idea that was coming, and they were just right up in their face. Pair that along with the Discord that they had on him, and I mean, Icefeld was just eating people for lunch all over that. Him and Spree just getting all over them. So as well as Ube, can't forget that. I mean, they just it was a good strategy. I like seeing something different like that.
Absolutely. And the other thing that we saw out of Luminosity was Icefeld on the D.Va. We talked about him on the Tracer off the bat, but he played D.Va very effective in our favorite Wombo combo so far in 2017.
You gotta love this. You just see it coming. Those guys know that it's done.
Good night, sweet prince.
Yeah, like half of them they were all inside of the graviton. You just see them turn around. They're like, oh man. It's like, there's no chance.
It is great when they're just floating there and you see everyone turn and face it.
Yeah, they're like, well, we're screwed.
I don't know why you're looking at it. I mean, at that point, you can fire out at some point. You're going to die. You know where it is.
Yeah. No chance. But
there was one in the last game as well that kind of just got caught up in everything. You know, I'm gonna go back to the last match just for a second, where the bomb landed right in the middle of a Reinhardt shield and just Venn diagrammed him.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Like, what do you do?
Like, you looked like you're good, right? What do you do? Let it down, jump back, and bring it back up? You don't have time. That's just anybody who gets really, really, really good at landing those perfectly with a bunch of moving targets, which is borderline impossible.
Hey, who knows?
To do it consistently, come on now, to like land them
maybe,
perfectly. We've seen some of it from Envious at different times. I think I've noticed, I haven't seen a lot of it, but I think there are a couple different points where they know exactly where a backstop is and where to put the graviton in order to create the distance and have things the right way. But that's a whole different match, whole different set of teams, just getting caught up in the conceptual meta of things. But Luminosity looking strong. I mean, that's the team that we saw beat Complexity, we saw beat Fnatic, we saw beat Immortals. So there's certainly a team to watch out for. I really think they're going to do well in this tournament overall.
Absolutely.
This is their time to shine.
Absolutely. We talked about Crew a lot at the beginning, and then Crew wasn't here, and we saw Ube in his place. And Ube was decently quiet on the Genji and Roadhog on the beginning for offense and defense, but then he switches to the Mei, and we start to see them continuously shutting down and almost spawn camping Citizen7 on defense. And for me, the big difference was when they finally, you saw them group up, wait, push forward, and then that wall that separated the tanks from the DPS, and they just couldn't break through.
Yeah, they had such a good stall factor, Luminosity there. Not only, you know, when they played aggressively, that was just beautiful. I mean, they are literally spawn camping, as you said. It was just no regard, just disrespect from Luminosity, and it's good to see, you know, really playing that aggression, because most teams play back on the point. But even when Citizen7 did get up to the point and they were on it, they just stalled all day. Like, they had a composition that just stalled forever, and Citizen7 couldn't do anything about it. As you said, you kind of need to wipe or something. But
yeah, and they got to make the ults work better for them. I mean, they fired one directly into a defense matrix that was already up, an Earth Shatter into a shield that was, there was no information on the status of that shield whatsoever, right? You didn't see it just break, you didn't hear the call out. The guy's looking at you in that situation, so you know that shield's going to come up fast enough. I mean, Earth Shatter fires off fairly quickly. But in that situation, I mean, there's a big head game between Reinhardts, right? A lot of times we'll see them try and pull the shatter out of each other. When their shield gets really low, drop it and bring it back up to try and coax it out or whatnot. And in that situation, I mean, you just got to understand that's exactly where it is. The second time around, I think, when they were trying to nano boost Sippa, they actually used that Earth Shatter aggressively to shut down the Earth Shatter from Luminosity, because Luminosity was going to use theirs, or did in the past, to shut down Sippa. So it's like they're all structuring all of this stuff. Granted, adding on an Earth Shatter onto a Nanoblade is not a bad idea. So, but catching a Reinhardt in that in particular is certainly going to make things better.
Absolutely. We'll be going on to Nepal for map number 2, and it's do or die here for Citizen7. They lose this one, they go home. It's all up to Luminosity.
They'll have a shot. They'll have a shot another day, but they definitely want to pull this one out if they can. That's for sure. But Luminosity's looking pretty freaking strong right now, I gotta tell you. And from what we see in the spawns so far, someone in one of these games really loves the Diva voice lines. I've been hearing them all game long. Someone's just spamming them all.
Someone?
Yeah, someone.
I think we all like the Diva voice lines.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. I love you, girl Diva. Look at that, the wall to shut these guys out right off the start, and that's going to give Citizen7 a bit of high ground here and separated Luminosity right off the start. And look at that, 3 kills. The way of Citizen7 out of the gate. And it's some beautiful Mei wall being used by Citizen7, Sippa in particular. We've seen him play some pretty mean Mei as well in other tournaments. And it's well done from them there. They're going to be all over the point, able to cap it first here as they start to tick away.
Citizen7, really, maybe not on Nepal, maybe not on this stage. Looking forward to seeing Genji broken out by Sippa again. Citizen7 maintaining that high ground advantage, really breaking up Luminosity. Luminosity just trying to look for any sort of cohesion here to get an isolation on somebody, but so far it's a 1-2 trade. Another one going down for Luminosity. Citizen7 looking strong here on the second attempt.
Oh man, maybe this is their game to play on Nepal.
There's different kinds of teams, right? There's some teams that certainly shine on control point.
That is very true indeed. And so far, Citizen7 off to a good start here. They're at 40% and counting, holding the high ground at the moment.
Not too far away from a Blizzard, which is just absolutely devastating on point, as contained as we do have here on this stage of Nepal. And Roadhog's going to go down any second out of Pibamitsu.
Blizzard used. Pibamitsu's up in the face of everybody here, getting to himself. Prodigies and Dogman both able to get a couple for themselves as well. A brilliant Blizzard out from Citizen7. They still have a lot of ultimates. I mean, a good few ultimates to work with at least. So far they have Lina's that nano boost. They have the self-destruct, and soon coming up on the Graviton. So, I mean, in terms of Luminosity, they have they're going to have 3 in total, probably, for this next fight. Spree should get it sometime in the middle of it. If he doesn't die first, he's pretty hurt right now. He might go down, and Hidan gets finished off. There is going to be a nano boost out on Pipamitsu, who's been tearing at the moment. Earth Shatter was used as well out from Super Block. Him and Icebelt combining to get some frags here, as there is 3 down the side of Citizen7. A couple down for Luminosity, as well as Luminosity really trying to get this point back, but Pipamitsu is on it, just landing the dinks as D.Va out of the mech, but Icebelt really going to work right there, cleaning up on the remaining players. Luminosity finally getting themselves on the board here is Citizen7 at 99%.
Yeah, just as Citizen7 started overtime, that cap went through Luminosity with a Graviton, a sound barrier, and then have to generate a lot more to combo something. Citizen7 have got a bang combo of their own locked and loaded, along with another Blizzard. Citizen7 is definitely looking strong to retake this point. Oh, well, maybe not.
Gravitons used on both sides. Dogman is the first to fall in the fight, too, going the way of Luminosity here. Icebelt, Nube both getting some. A Blizzard was used by Sippa on all of those guys caught in the masses of Gravitons, but in the end, Luminosity hangs on to the point here, and they might be able to stagger Pipamitsu just a bit. Yeah, there we go. Gonna hook him back in, getting the sleep. That's some beautiful stuff.
Well played indeed, Mineral. Well played indeed. Citizen7 probably should have held on to a lot of those ultimates. Once you get Graviton in that situation, you start going down, just hold on to them. You can retake the point the next time around. But now Luminosity's on top of the ultimate game, and that's going to be much harder to retake than otherwise. You got a Pulse Bomb, a Whole Hog, and a Nano Boost ready to go. Not too far away from an Earth Shatter as well, and Citizen7 trying to restorm the high ground.
Here we go, the Pulse Bomb used by Icebelt. Super Block kicks it off, though. He's able to get Sippa. It's a 2-for-1 trade thus far. Luminosity has the 5v4 advantage in this fight. Citizen7 desperately trying to hang on. Dogman was running for his life, the team captain of Citizen7, but he couldn't get out of dodge in time. And look at this, we could be seeing a reverse sweep out of Luminosity here. Citizen7's got to get it together probably on this next fight. This is going to be the last one to decide who wins the map.
And they do have 2 ultimates to try and get through. They do need a sound barrier, but that probably wasn't the time. Luminosity can just run away and drag it out. That Earth Shatter is just catastrophic.
That was crucial for them to hit that Earth Shatter, and look at that Super Block hitting his Earth Shatter instead. Prodigies goes down. Pipamitsu able to get a couple for himself. 2-for-2 trade so far, 4v4 fight. In total, there is going to be, well, Pipamitsu is going to get the Nano Boost. Super Block going to town here as he's just swinging away with his hammer. There's nothing that Citizen7 can do here. There's nobody home, or excuse me, yeah, nobody home. Thought there was someone there for a second. Prodigy's getting pinned into the wall. Icebelt gets the finishing touch. Oh man, and the Luminosity, the reverse sweep on that point. They will take a 1-0 lead in this map, Nepal. But here, as you can see on the replays, is Icebelt, who was really doing well on Tracer. Talked about how he can just go off, and he really was doing some brilliant things there for Luminosity. Helped them get back into that round. So Luminosity getting the 1-0 advantage so far, and this is a best-of-5 for King of the Hill. Now keep in mind, or control point, as you may call it, is going to be a best-of-5, just as you would see in your matchmaking. So we now head on to our next stage, as they come on out. Seems to be pretty similar compositions, though Sippa now is going to be running Genji on this, so we'll see maybe what he can do with that as Kayun gets us started again. Takes down Super Block, and they do trade out 1-for-1. Prodigies, it's taken down by Spree, so it is 5v5 on the fight here, and Sippa's just in the thick of things, trying to get that damage out. It looks like Citizen7 is going to be able to come out on top of this fight, as they get all the frags in their favor, and they will start to tick away here. Something that David mentioned earlier, just about the not using ultimates. It's something that we talk about not only on payload maps, but even control point as well. If you have, maybe you don't have a whole lot of ultimates, you can go in and just take a dry push, make the other team use ultimates, and and then you can come back with ultimates of your own if you have the time. But as I blabber on, there is a fight going down here. Citizen7 tried to play a bit aggressive off the point, And they may have to pay for that one. Yes, indeed. They already have 3 guys down. There is going to be a Dragon Blade used from Sippa. I'm not sure if I agree with this one. Ube getting the hook in the middle of it, taking him down. And that's kind of jumping the gun from Sippa there. He used Dragon Blade with, I mean, they already had 3 guys down. He's trying to be the hero using Dragon Blade when they already have 3 people down.
And Luminosity now has control of the point with 4 ultimates, getting very close to 6. Citizen7. That's going to be a hill to climb coming back here. They're not too far away from a Graviton, though. And Nano going on Sippa. He can get another Dragon Blade out relatively quickly here. But here we go. Icefeld trying to get in the back line. Oh, and Protege is going to go down real early.
Oh, my. Here we go. It is 3 already. 3 for Luminosity. You're going to have a couple ultimates to work with on the next fight as well. Citizen7 back to the drawing board for them. And one of the things about this map in particular, if you have the point, you really, I mean, especially if you have any bit of range at all, you really don't need to aggress into them. I mean, you have the high ground up there. You can stay on top of that point. And here we go. The Earth Shatter does come out. He gets a couple caught in that. A Biotic Grenade landed on them as well. Spree using that self-destruct was able to get 2. Ube took down Lina. And look at this. Luminosity is just in total control of this point right here. Pibamitsu is, I believe, the last one in at the moment. And they're just going to try and stagger him as much as possible.
Oh,
poor guy
rude.
has been having...
Rude.
Oh, this is not safe for work, folks. Oh my goodness. Poor Pibamitsu, man. He's been just getting staggered like all day long.
Yeah, so we got a Nano Blade on the side of Citizen7 along with a bang combo. That's a lot to work with, and a sound barrier. Meanwhile, Luminosity just holding on to a Nano Boost, and everything else is pretty far away. So Citizen7, this is their time. They need to space these out, not use them all at once, hopefully. But here we go.
Here we go. There is. Oh, look at this. Sippa with 3. This is exactly what we wanted to see out of him. And Citizen7, 3 already. He's still just dishing damage out to all of these Luminosity players. They do finally make it happen. Kayun and Prodigies, I mean, they both were able to clean up on the last couple there. And Citizen7 will finally get this point back.
Well, C7 did burn all 4 of them.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a bit of a problem for them compared to if they still had a bang combo, because right now a bang combo is going to virtually guarantee that you're going to put Luminosity back at spawn and start all over again, because if Luminosity retakes this point with a wipe, it's going to be GG here on stage 2.
All they have to their name right now, Citizen7, is an Earth Shatter from Prodigy. Oh, goodness, I thought he got it past the shield. Apparently not. Ube starts it. He's got 2. Make that 3 in total for Ube right now. He used that whole hog. I'm not sure if he tossed all them off the map or what. Regardless, I think that's 4 or 5 in total for Ube as he goes off. And he is able to make it happen there. It is going to be a 2-0 lead for Luminosity in this one. Citizen7 started it off. They got the point first on that second stage, and then it was just all Luminosity from there. As you can see, the replay using, look at this, Nano Blade out from Sippa, just shredding people apart. Saw him do it on Anubis as well. And that allowed Citizen7 to retake the point, but it didn't last for long. Luminosity came back in thanks to a big whole hog from Ube.
Yeah, you could hear Pibamitsu's self-destruct going off in the background, and it didn't pick up anything. Perhaps a zoning effect, but really not enough right there. So Sippa with a Nano Blade, picking up 3, really opening it up, but Citizen7 really going to have to work on this. It's just the synergy of their ultimates and making them count more than anything else. The individual skill is there. We've seen it a number of times, in particular Sippa standing out quite a bit. But the way that they work together as a team, as to be expected at this stage of their development, there's a little bit of something, a little bit of room for improvement, but there we go right off the bat. Hedon going to throw a Biotic right there into the back.
Both teams are using Soldier on this stage of Nepal as well. Super Plock, Hedon couldn't quite find him as he was trying to heal him. Oh, the sleep dart from across. Well, that's unfortunate for him. But anyway, both teams do have a Soldier 76 on the field now, because there are some long ranges over here, and it can be quite strong on this stage of Nepal. But regardless, Luminosity will take the point first. Citizen7 wants to come back in quite quickly here as we have both soldiers duking it out over on the Pillars side. And it looks like Spree is going to get tossed down off of the map. He will fall to his death, and Ube was able to get Prodigies there. So it seems as though Luminosity, at least for the time being, may be able to hang on It looks like they will be able to. Ube able to get a couple of those.
Citizen7 making up a lot of ground, at least Lina in that last offense there. Certainly not taking back the point and making up the kind of ground they wanted, but Lina was down like 70% on ultimate compared to Hedon. Hedon getting so close to his nano so quickly with the right biotics, the right times. But right now, Luminosity looking pretty locked and loaded with 4, not too far away from 5.
Whole Hawk going to be used from Ube, just shoving Prodigy into the corner. And look at that hook. He didn't even mean to get Kayun, but he'll take him anyway. That's a full team wipe from Luminosity. That poor man, he must be so frustrated.
It's actually
hook,
better.
Like,
it's better than the hook he wanted. He got a full health instead of like the cough on him and they die character. And then he ended up getting them both anyways. Just happy little accidents.
Hey, he'll take it. He'll take that any day of the week. I can imagine Kayun's probably a little bit pissed off, to be honest. I would be, but well, here we go. The nano-boosted tac visor, the nano visor coming out here. And, oh, Kayun getting pulled in. He is able to get one.
Oh, no!
Where are you going, bud? Oh, he jumps off. I don't think he was aware of where he was at. And look at Citizen7's going to get fully teamed wipe again. Back-to-back for Luminosity. They're at 90%. I don't think Citizen... No, there's no way they're going to be able to get back to this point in time. Yeah, Luminosity's just pressing forward very aggressively, as they should, unless Kayun can get there, but he's so low on health, there's no way he's going to make it to this point. 99%, no. Luminosity shutting it down, and they will take that last stage of Nepal and take the series, man.
We've had two 2-0s today so far on the Overwatch Winter Premiere. First, it was FaZe and Renegades, and now Citizen7 and Luminosity. And you guys